There you are. Don't worry about the landing. I made sure to clear this place of anything sharp. Just land right here. So how's it like getting your hold back from the Demon Lord? You doing something special with it? Or are you still holding it? Don't worry. I won't judge the ways of the great dragon of the north. Though honestly, I don't even know why you would stick with me after we got it. I always thought you would go back to your cave and sleep for a few months. And yet, here you are. Wait a minute. The big dragon got used to humanity's company. Hey, don't worry. Nobody has to know. I promised to take my secret back to Earth. You don't know what Earth is? Did I never tell you? Well, my scaly friend. Get ready for the truth. The truth about my origins. I did tell you I'm not from here, right? The king and his mages prepared a spell to bring me here from my world. I was a high school student back then. How many years has it been since then? I'd probably be finishing college if I stayed there. Years are a little bit longer there. Yeah, it's a different planet. You want to know more? I didn't expect you to be interested. Alright, lower your head. This is gonna take a while. Can I lean against it? If I asked you this when I first met you, I'd be a pile of ashes before I left your den. You changed, my friend. I like that. I've been standing for so long. The king's speech was so long. I thought I was starting to go insane. Well, time to tell you about Earth. Picture a world, a planet, very similar to this one. Round, several continents, a single moon. Come on. We've gone over this. It's not flat. You're not gonna fall off if you try flying around it. If we had a GPS service here, I could easily show you. What is GPS? It's a little advanced for people in this world. How do I put it? Imagine if the moon had a big camera pointed straight towards us. You'd be able to see everything on this planet. Oh, that reminds me. Technology. You need to know about our technology. You see, I'm from a world where magic is not really a thing. Yep, no magic whatsoever. I know it's hard to believe, but the most magical thing we can do is shock ourselves when we touch a metal doorknob. My, you're inquisitive. How can pure magic beings like fairies live there, you ask? That's an easy answer. They don't. At least, I've never ever seen one. Surprised? The only intelligent beings there are us, humans. A lot of humans. How many? I don't know the exact number, but when I left it was around 8 billion. Well, surprised, aren't you? I don't even think there's a billion people here, if we counted non-humans. Yeah, I bet your hold would be so much bigger. You'd also get arrested if you even tried. Of course, the Great Dragon of the North would be able to fend off against armed forces. But then the army would come. And I don't know if you can resist several tanks firing at you. Let me tell you, we don't have magic. We can't shoot fancy fireballs, cast lightning, or even heal our wounds. But we compensate with technology. In 1,000 years, we went from what this place is right now to massive cities full of buildings that touch the clouds. Devices that can shoot rocks faster than the speed of sound. And a sort of cart that can fly, just like you do. Maybe even faster. What? You don't believe me? I'll save a bit of mana to go back here one day with a phone. And then I'll show you a video of a plane. Yep, that's what it's called. A plane. Well, aeroplane, if you want to be fancy. But most people will say plane. Oh, you mean the phone? No, that's a different thing. How do I explain this to someone who doesn't know what a phone is? Okay, imagine a tablet. Like those with scriptures on. You have a few in your hold, right? Right. Imagine if you could just tap on the middle of the tablet, and the text would change. And imagine if the text was extremely small, and in different colours. It would be like having a drawing that could change if you tapped on it. You want one now? Sure. I'll bring you one back if I can afford it. But it's going to last you a day at most. Yeah, sorry buddy, but you need a place to charge it. And I don't think this world has electrical outlets. Maybe if you asked a mage, or an electric dragon. But there's a good chance they'd just fry the phone instead of charging it. You like her? I can tell you more things about it. Like cars or video games or the internet. Okay, let's go one by one. Cars are like horse carts or magic brooms, but so much faster. Like you have no idea how fast they can go. Maybe not as fast as you when you're flying, but we don't have to feed horses or spend our own mana. Instead, we just use gasoline to fuel them up. Gasoline is a weird thing, because if I told you it's the remains of animals that died millions of years ago, you're gonna think we're really cruel or something. No? Phew, I'm glad you understand. Even if you actually don't, I've caught up on your facial expressions. Now, the internet is hard to understand. Oh, do you know about spiderwebs? Yeah, like that drider's web you roasted a few months ago. Imagine if every connection, if every knot was one person. The whole web is everyone, and you can talk to anyone in that web, no matter how far away they are. Cool, right? I could be in Europe and talk to you in Asia. Those are 2 continents on Earth. Don't worry about it. Now, let me tell you about the best part of Earth. Video games. Remember what I told you about the phone? Well, imagine if you had a human in that image. You could tap on one part of that tablet, and then the human throws a kick. But not only kicks, you can control anything that human does, and can send them to go and fight other humans, controlled by someone else. It's a little hard to explain, but that's only an example of what video games can do. You can control cars to be the fastest one in a race, build your own kingdom, or get from one place to another by jumping between platforms. I loved video games when I was on Earth. I wonder what new things they made while I was away. What? No. Of course they're not real humans. They're just illusions. Yeah, I agree. Earth is pretty cool. It's a shame I won't see you in a while, after I'm there. I do want to check up on my friends and family, and tell them I haven't been kidnapped or missing. But I also like hanging out with my scaly friend. Actually, would you like to come with me? To Earth, of course. The mages are opening a portal to where I came from. You could come with me. If you want to, of course. You want to? Really? I'm glad, buddy. You see, back on Earth, I wasn't very popular. Yeah. Who would have thought the hero who saved the world is just a nerdy girl who spent all of their day reading manga in the back of the class? I appreciate you trying to nuzzle me, but your head's bigger than my whole body. And besides, that was years ago. I changed. I learned how to talk to people, and I think I've become pretty good at it. At least, good enough to become best friends with one of the biggest dragons I've seen in my adventure. That's why I want you to come with me. You'd be one of my first friends from the other world. Oh! I need to see how Beth is doing. I wonder if she became a writer. If she found out that all these years I've been missing, I was adventuring in a world straight out of our Isekai fantasies. She'd be pestering me with questions. But if she ever wants to write or draw a dragon, she'd have a pretty accurate reference. AA. Yeah, it's true you're not just a run-of-the-mill dragon. But you're the closest thing our world will ever have to one, since dinosaurs. By the way, I know you don't like to do it often, or like, at all. But if you want to come with me, you're going to have to use your human form. Why? I mean, first of all, you're massive. I don't think your whole body would fit through that portal. And second of all, Earth doesn't have dragons. My old city, at least, doesn't have streets wide enough for you. And seeing a giant reptile walking around... Yeah, I know you're not just a mere reptile. But that's what other humans will think if they see you. I mean, if you want to use your dragon form, you can buy yourself a home with a big backyard. You have more than enough gold for that in your hoard. Hey, don't snarl at me. I'm just giving you the options. And to be fair, going back with my parents is gonna be weird at best. Of course I love them. But think of all the years I've been missing. They probably think I'm dead by now. I've also grown used to living in that noble's house. I think I like being independent. Tell you what, we buy a large house together. 50-50. I have enough gold from all my adventures. And your hoard is like 100 times what I have. It'll be nothing to you. Half of nothing. Now that I'm also paying. Looks like I'm finally getting through. Do we have a deal then? Yep, I'm stretching my hand. Looks like we're gonna have to shake hands to settle it. Oh, but it seems the big dragon doesn't have hands to shake. The horror. Looks like they're gonna have to use their human form. Yep, you have to. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. And besides, your human form is so pretty. You've heard the villagers' gossips, haven't you? Don't worry about the horns and tail. People will just think it's a cosplay. Aha! I knew you'd ask that. Cosplay is like dressing up as a character that doesn't exist. Like those characters from books. That one's easy to explain. Now come on, and get into your dragon cosplay. Whoa! Yeah. I didn't realize if you turned back, I'd have no giant dragon head to lean on. Thanks. The portal's gonna be ready in 5 hours. So go get your hoard ready. And see you here in 4.5 hours. The portal can only be opened for 10 seconds. So don't be late like you always are. See you soon.